behind the Jumbotron or closer? Okay. They're at the starting point, and under the orders at the start of the flag is up, and they are off in the small pony event as they make their way behind the tents. As they come into view now at the top of the straight, we have Creamsicle all alone in front. Creamsicle, then comes Laffy Taffy, followed by Carousel Anna, next in third. And far back, a group of four there with Only Funny Bone, but here they come past us now, and it's all Creamsicle. Well in front, Laffy Taffy is next. Then comes Carousel Anna as they head up the hill to the finish. All Creamsicle. Famous colors of Mrs. Miles Valentine home in front. Once again, Laffy Taffy is next. And then comes Carousel Anna. Under the wire next would be Marta Popsix.
Well, he really likes to run, and he's really fast, and he really enjoys going. So it's good for racing.
Sure is. It's good for you today. What is your experience riding ponies like this? How long have you been doing this for?
I've been doing this for 5 years or so, and it's really fun, especially when they're feisty and quick, because they're much more entertaining and fun to ride.
And the flag is up. All nicely in line there, turning to face the starter. And they're off. Ice Melted goes for the early lead as they make their way along Golf Course Road there. Ice Melted has the lead. Then comes Sunset Sassafras there in second as they dip behind the cars now and make their way to the top of the hill. As they turn towards us now, Ice Melted has the lead. Super Sally has now moved up to challenge in second. Then comes Sunset Sassafras. Harry Potter is next, and it's 4 lengths back to Fiona. Here they are in the straight now, and it is Super Sally with the lead. Sunset Sassafras, Ice Melted next, Harry Potter, and now Fiona making a run as they head up the hill. Super Sally has the lead, but Sunset Sassafras is right there on the outside as they head up the hill, and Fiona with a late run. And onto the wire, Sunset Sassafras, Super Sally, and Fiona. And they're away in the opener here at Winterthur, all the way well. And Echo Bob quickly to the lead as they jump the first. Cub Fan Budman is next. Unusually quick pace away from the start. About 8 back to Gawa Reeb. Then comes Anawan, followed by Be Great Dugan on the outside. Easy Mac next, and Plenty Coup as they head up the hill. Out of view behind the Jumbotron board. Echo Bob was the leader as they made the turn and moved across the hill there. As they make their way down the back straight, we pick them up on the monitor. Echo Bob, still your leader, as they jump that fence at the top of the back straight and make their way to Route 52 here as they come back in view in front of the stands with Echo Bob. Well in front here, out in front maybe 15, 18 lengths. Then we go to Cub Fan and Budman next. Another 10 about to Gawa Reeb, followed by Anawan. 3 back to Dugan. Be Great next. Easy Mac last but one. Plenty Cool last of all. As they move through the tents now and head out to the far loop. Echo Bob is well in front now as they make their way to the last visible jump there as they head to the woods. Echo Bob is first over, the margin about 15. Cub Fan Budman next, Gavo Reeb there in third. 5 more back to Anawan, then comes Dugan, Be Great, Easy Mac, and Plenty Coo. As they head out round that far beacon now, they'll make the right turn and come up Golf Club Road. On our monitor, Echo Bob still all alone on the lead as they come into view along Golf Course Road there. Echo Bob still well in front. Then comes Cub Fan, Budman, Gava Reeb is next. Anawan there in fourth. Then comes Dugan. Plenty Coo is next. As they come now to the top of the hill and make the turn towards us now, it is still Echo Bob well in front here. About 18 lengths over Cub Fan and Budman. Then 4 back to Gawa Reeb, Anawan there in fourth. Then comes Plenty Coo fifth. Dugan next is sixth. And Easy Mac is next. As they go to the wire for the second time, Echo Bob has the lead. The margin now just about 8 lengths. Cub Fan and Budman next. Gawa Reeb there in third. Anawan on the inside, next fourth. Then comes Dugan, followed by Be Great, Easy Mac, and Plenty Coo. Now the back marker as they make the left-hand turn and head up the hill now, out of view behind the infield parking. Head on camera of the backstretch shows Echo Bob still the leader. Cub Fan and Budman is next. Then comes Anawan, followed by Dugan as we pick them up on the monitor. As they head down the back straight behind the infield parking and make their way to Route 52. Back in view, Echo Bob still a commanding lead here. 9 lengths or so as they make the final loop. Cub Fan and Budman is next, then comes Anawan in third. On the inside, Gawa Reeb, 2.5 to Dugan. Plenty Coo on the inside is next. As they turn and head to the trees on the back straight, still Echo Bob with the lead by about 7 as they make their way to the last jump before they head to the far loop. Echo Bob has the lead by about 6. Anawan next, then Gawa Reeb, Cub Fan and Budman. Be Great, Dugan next, Easy Mac, Plenty Coo now the back marker. As they head out of view behind the trees there and make the far loop. Pick him up on the monitor, still Echo Bob with the lead, but the margin only about 3. Cub Fan and Budman next, and Anawan as they make the loop now and begin the run down Golf Course Road there. Echo Bob in the red and gold, still in front by about 5. Cub Fan and Budman is next, and then comes Anawan. Gawareeb gains on the outside next as they come into view now at the top of the stretch. And coming down the hill now, back in view, Echo Bob still has the lead. Gawareeb is next. Be Great now challenges quickly and looks for room. They're flying down the hill now as they come to the top of the straight and come towards us in the run to the wire. Echo Bob towards the hedge. Be Great is next. Gawareeb, here they come now to the final jump. 3 of them over it together. Be Great has the lead. Gawareeb with the orange on the inside. Echo Bob is next up the hill. Be Great to the outside, to the inside fence, Gawareeb. And Echo Bob.
Thank you very much.
What were your expectations going into today's race?
Well, you never really know. That horse has been it's been a long time coming for him to break his maiden. He's had like a good couple of thirds, and he was second at a point-to-point. But it's horse racing. I fell off him 3 weeks ago, so you never know what you're going to get.
You never know it. How are you feeling?
Great, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this horse, because from what I understand, he is a tad on the smaller side.
Yeah, he's very small, and he's really cool. Like Todd's 10-year-old daughter rides him around bareback at the farm all the time. He's a really easy dude, but and he ran great. He's a good jumper.
And they're away in the Winterthur Bowl. All the way together, more fascination now. Al Marmouk up for the lead. Then comes Moon Sock, Snow Blizzard next, Seer and Country Cousin. He is 6th as they jump the first and head to the finish for the first of 3 times. Up the hill they go, and Al Marmouk is the leader by a length and a half. More fascination next. Moon Socks there in 3rd, and 2.5 to Snow Blizzard, followed by Country Cousin. And the back marker is Seer as they head out of view up the hill to the back straight and make the run towards Route 52. In view there on the monitor, and you see Al Marmouk in the green colors. Up and over that one on the lead. More fascination next. Then comes Moon Socks and Snow Blizzard as they make the turn. And continue on that way to come in view at the hedge along 52 here as they come towards the official stand. And back in view with Al Marmouk on the lead by 2.5. More fascination, second by 3 parts of a length. Then comes Moon Socks in 3rd, Snow Blizzard. 4 off the pace, 2.5 to Seer, Country Cousin. He is 6th as they make their way between the tents now, up the hill and to the far loop. With Al Marmouk on the lead by a half length. More fascination over that one in 2nd. Then comes Moon Socks, followed by Snow Blizzard. 5 off the pace in 4th. 2.5 has Country Cousin next. And Seer at the back as they take the last fence, heading off to the woods in the far loop. Tightly bunched sextet as they head to the Woods with Al Marmook on the lead. Moon Sox, More Fascination, Snow Blizzard, Country Cousin, and Sear is 6th. As they make their way around that far loop now and turn and head along Country Club Run there. And back in view at the top of Country Club Run. And the leader, Al Marmook with Moon Sox. They are heads apart, then More Fascination. They're in 3rd. Snow Blizzard next in the 4th spot, followed by Country Cousin, and Sear is at the back now as they move past the blue flag tent and will appear at the top of the downhill in the run to the tower again. In view, top of the hill, and the leader is Moon Sox. More Fascination next. Al Marmook is now back to 3rd. Snow Blizzard there in 4th. Then comes Sear and Country Cousin. As they make the turn towards us now, with one more run to make, it is Moon Sox by a half. More Fascination, Al Marmook. Sear is next, then Snow Blizzard, followed by Country Cousin, and just about 6 lengths separates first from last as they start the final loop here in the Winterthur Bowl, and Moon Sox is the leader as they head to the turn. More Fascination is next. Sear has moved up into 3rd, Al Marmook to the outside, then Country Cousin and Snow Blizzard as they head up the hill behind the infield parking there and move their way down the back straight. And down the back straight they go. Still Moon Sox in the white colors there. Up and over on the lead. More Fascination is next. Sear. Then comes Al Marmook, Country Cousin, Snow Blizzard. Now the back marker as they make their way to Route 52. A tightly bunched 6 as they come at us now to continue on the final run. And back in view along 52. The leaders heads apart. Moon Sox. Snow Blizzard is gained on the outside. More Fascination next, then comes Sear, about 4 off the pace. Then Al Marmook now back to the 5th spot. Country Cousin still 6th as they head up the hill now as the pace quickens. Moon Sox, 2.5 in front of More Fascination. Then comes Snow Blizzard, 4 off the pace. Country Cousin is next, 2.5, Al Marmook and Sear as they head to this last fence here before they head into the woods. Still only about 7 lengths separates first from last. Very competitive here as they head off to the woods. More Fascination. Moon Sox, they're over it together. Towards us now is Country Cousin, has moved up. Snow Blizzard, Al Marmook and Sear is now 6th as they continue on around that far loop now to make the right-hand turn to Country Club Road, and Moon Sox still has the lead. More Fascination is next. Then Snow Blizzard and Country Cousin as they make the turn and begin the final run down Country Club Road. And it is still Moon Sox on the lead, being challenged now by More Fascination. 2.5 to Snow Blizzard. On the outside, Country Cousin 5 now, back to Sear, and Al Marmook is dropped back to 6th now, and back at the front end, the leaders heads apart. More Fascination on to challenge Moon Sox for the lead now as they disappear briefly behind the tents and come back into view at the top of the hill to make the final run past us now. And as they come down the hill, Moon Sox and neck, there's More Fascination in the blue colors, quickly on now to collar the leader. It's 2 lengths back now to Country Cousin. Sear has gained ground, 5 to Snow Blizzard. Past us now and up the hill they go to the final jump. Moonsox has the lead by a head. More Fascination. Country Cousin gets the whip with the gold colors. Up the hill they go. And Moonsox is all out. Moonsox has the lead. As they come to the wire, Moonsox, Country Cousin, More Fascination, and Seer. Race 2 now official, the winner. Number 6, Nelson and Traveler Stables Moonsox, a chestnut gelding by Mojave Moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to Winner's Circle. I'm joined now by Fritz Boniface, the jockey behind Moonsox. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, thank you. He's just brilliant. I love him.
It wasn't once or twice or 3 times. I think it was 4 or 5 times I heard you say the love of my life. Sounds like you have a pretty special relationship with this horse.
Yeah, he's been around for a while, and I've always loved him, and I think he loves me. He looks at me like he does, so.
I think you're right. Tell me a little bit about the relationship with this horse and what your expectations were going into today's race.
You know, I knew he was going to be tough here. He ran a good race down Middleburg with Ross Garrity on him. He gave him a good ride, and I just know the horse well. I know what he likes. I got him into a comfortable stride, and he ended up in the front. We just kept going right along at his comfortable pace, and he had a lot at the end and jumped great, brilliant. He's jumping brilliant this year. I mean, he didn't miss a beat today.
What's
And they're away in the Vicmead plate. J. Alfred Prufrock emerges on the lead. Here comes Badness next, Corella, then Serene Harbor. Last Classic next, and Fiercely Loyal as they jump the first. And make their way to the first turn there. And under the wire, the first of 3 times, J. Alfred Prufrock as the lead by 2.5, Corella is next. Here comes Badness and Serene Harbor together. Then Classic followed by Fiercely Loyal as they make their way into the turn. Up the hill to the back straight. And on they go around the infield parking with J. Alfred Prufrock, the leader there in the blue colors as we pick them up on the monitor. Corella is next. Here comes Badness. Then comes Classic. Serene Harbor next as they make the turn and move along behind the infield parking at the top of the hill there, and on they go to Route 52. In view, and the leaders have changed behind the hill there. Corella now in front. 2.5 to the good of J. Alfred Prufrock. Here comes Badness is third. 2.5 to Classic in fourth. Then Serene Harbor and Fiercely Loyal is the back marker as they make their way up the hill and make the turn to head to the loop at the woods. Down the straight they go. J. Alfred Prufrock is the leader with Here Comes Badness right alongside there. Serene Harbor next, Corella, then comes Classic and Fiercely Loyal as they take the last visible fence now, and on to the woods they go to the far loop of the course. Here Comes Badness leads into the woods. J. Alfred Prufrock next, then comes Corella as they head to the far loop there. On the monitor, Here Comes Badness is the leader. J. Alfred there and Corella in third as they make their way around the turn and begin the Gulf Road run as they come in view. out of that far loop from the woods. Here Comes Badness is the leader. J. Alfred Prufrock is next. Then comes Corella with Serene Harbor. 5 to Classic, the back marker Fiercely Loyal, as they make their way along Golf Club run there. Behind the tents they go. Here Comes Badness leads them there as they make their way behind the tents to the top of the hill in the run to the tower here for the first time. With Here Comes Badness in front, 2.5. J. Alfred Prufrock next, Serene Harbor 3 lengths back. Then we go to Corella, Classic next, and Fiercely Loyal is 6th as they make the turn down and come to the officials' tower here and make their way to the finish for the second of 3 times. That's Here Comes Badness first over. J. Alfred Prufrock next, then Serene Harbor. Classic in 4th, followed by Corella. And Fiercely Loyal is 6th. Up the hill they go and make the left-hand turn to the back straight behind the hillside parking with Here Comes Badness on the lead. J. Alfred Prufrock is next, and then comes Serene Harbor as they make the turn now and make their way along behind the infield parking with Here Comes Badness still on the lead as they continue along the top of the hill and make their way to Route 52. In view now along the hedge, and the leader is Here Comes Badness. J. Alfred Prufrock still there in 2nd. 2.5 Serene Harbor is next. Then comes Classic, followed by Fiercely Loyal, and now Corella is far back as they come up the hill now, weave their way between the tents for the final time and head to the far loop in the woods with Here Comes Badness in front by 4. J. Alfred Prufrock is next, then comes Serene Harbor. 5 more to Classic and Fiercely Loyal, and Corella has been pulled up as they make their way now to the far loop. Down the hill they go and come onto that fence before the woods. Here Comes Badness is the leader. J. Alfred Prufrock next, then Serene Harbor. Classic next is Fiercely Loyal as they head round that far beacon now with Here Comes Badness still on the lead by 2.5. Classic next. J. Alfred back in the 3rd spot as we wait for him to come out of the woods now along Golf Club run, and Here Comes Badness still the leader by 2.5. Serene Harbor has picked up the chase in 2nd. J. Alfred Prufrock is next, and then comes Classic, followed by Fiercely Loyal at the back, but only about 7 off the leader. Here Comes Badness now being challenged by Serene Harbor as they disappear behind the tents there, and they'll come to the top of the hill now and make the downhill run for home. As they make the turn here and come at us in the Vicmead plate. They're over that one together. Here Comes Badness has the lead. Serene Harbor towards the inside to challenge for the lead. Then comes Fiercely Loyal right there in 3rd, and they set down now to come to the final fence. And Serene Harbor gets the lead. They set up for the final jump. Fiercely Loyal next, and Here Comes Badness still right there. Up the hill they go. And up the hill they go. Serene Harbor has the lead. Here Comes Badness is next. Fiercely Loyal as they go to the wire.
No, not too much. I rode a straight line. I thought I had it.
Tell me a little bit about the horse, how he's done so far for you this year, and maybe what's next.
He's really good. He ran a couple of years ago, and I think he went to like the Grand National and a couple of the bigger timber races. He's a phenomenal jumper, and he's really fun to ride.
I was speaking a little bit earlier with Nina Gardner, of course, the owner of the horse, and she said, boy, can this horse jump.
Yeah, and boy, can he run. He was really good on the flat. Lizzie Merriman trained him, and he won a couple of stakes and things like that. So hopefully we can do the same with our jumps.
Congrats.
The number 1 Save This Dance was scratched by order of the stewards, and they're off. As Professor Plum moves for the early lead as they make their way across the top of the hill. 2.5 back to Out of the Clouds, Sporty next, Don't Rock Me, Handsome Hoyt, as they make their way behind the tents there. Professor Plum is the leader, then comes Out of the Clouds. As they come along the top of the hill now, behind the tents and now in view as they come down the hill. Professor Plum, now Handsome Hoyt, has quickly come on to join the leaders. Then comes Don't Rock Me, a gap of 2.5. Back to Out of the Clouds. And the back marker is now Sporty as they turn and come by the tower for the first time. Don't Rock Me now. Handsome Hoyt moves up. Professor Plum is next. Don't Rock Me back to third. Then comes Out of the Clouds, and 4 lengths back is Sporty as they head up the hill now and to the turn. Professor Plum the leader by a length and a quarter. Handsome Hoyt is next, Don't Rock Me, towards the inside. Then comes Out of the Clouds, and Sporty is at the back as the quintet heads to the back straight behind the infield parking there. At top of the hill they are, and Professor Plum is the leader by 3 over Handsome Hoyt. Then comes Out of the Clouds as they continue on down behind the infield parking there. Professor Plum the leader by 3. Handsome Hoyt next, Out of the Clouds. Then comes Sporty and Don't Rock Me as they continue on now behind the hill as they head to Route 52 and back in view, with Professor Plum leading by 2.5 to the good of Handsome Hoyt. Out of the Clouds, they're in third. Sporty is next. Don't Rock Me is fifth, only about 5 lengths off the leader as they go up the hill now, with Professor Plum in front. Handsome Hoyt, Don't Rock Me to the inside next. Out of the Clouds, and then comes Sporty as the field bunches up now. They make the run down the hill and into the woods they go. Don't Rock Me and Professor Plum heads apart on the lead. As they head to the woods, Don't Rock Me with the lime colors. Professor Plum next, Handsome Hoyt, then Sporty, and Out of the Clouds, only about 5 off the pace as they make their way around the far loop. And Don't Rock Me went from first to last there, bobbled a bit as they make the turn and come along. Golf Club Run with Professor Plum with the lead as they come back into view. Handsome Hoyt next, then comes Sporty. Don't Rock Me gets it together again and gains on the leader, followed by Out of the Clouds as they head along the road there, and it's still Professor Plum with the lead. Handsome Hoyt is next. Don't Rock Me. Sporty is next and out of the clouds as they come now to the turn and the downhill run here to the wire. Handsome Hoyt, Professor Plum to the inside. Sporty is next, 6 lengths back out of the clouds, and Don't Rock Me. Flying now into the straight to the run up the hill. And the leader, Professor Plum at the hedge. Handsome Hoyt on the outside is next. Sporty right there in third, and up the hill they go. The whips are out. Professor Plum to the outside. On the inside, Yellow Cap, Handsome Hoyt. Between them there is Sporty. Those three will battle it out to the wire.
Behind Sporty, congratulations.
Thanks very much.
Let's talk a little bit about this race. What was going through your mind?
This horse runs
I'll wait till she's finished.
in Iroquois next week down in Tennessee, and we just wanted to get a kind of a tabs on him because the grounds are getting softer, and we wanted to see would he handle the soft here, and we just wanted to get a good piece of work into him, and he's done it nicely. He's a nice horse. I've won 2 hurdles on him before, so we're kind of looking forward now to Iroquois.
Does it ever faze you? I mean, you seem so calm and cool and collected. I mean, do you get nervous when it comes to these kinds of things?
Not really. Well, I'm not going to say no one gets nervous, but I mean, it's my job to come out here and do this. When everybody comes here and enjoys their day out, this is where we come to work. So, no, they're all nice horses. I rode here today, and I had 2 seconds here as well, so it was nice to get my head in front this time. So, no, it's good.